Hey folks, Heretic here, and today in the Can You Win With series, let's talk about Motley Phalanx and how you get some wins with this busted card while it's still with us. This tier 6 5/5 taunt death rattle, give a friendly minion of each type +5/+5 is an all card, so it works with every tribe. It's in every game, and basically it doesn't matter what minions you have behind this, because when it dies, in the various ways it's going to die, they're all going to get buffed. So you want a menagerie board. Doesn't matter what kind of minions you put in there, as long as they're different tribes, they're all going to get this buff. Obviously, some cards are better than others, but take the best ones you can get. Don't worry about it. Don't be too picky. Just make it work. So the cards that make this card better and busted. Let's start with the minions. Let's get Sprightly Scarab. This tier 4 5/2, you give a beast +1/+1 and Reborn. You don't care about the stats. You just want to make it so your Phalanx has Reborn, because hey, a 5/5 buff to your entire board by tribe is great. You know what's better? Giving it 2 of them. That's a hell of a lot better. Next, let's go to tier 6 and take a look at mecha-jaraxxus. This battle cry of add a random mech demon to your hand can be very handy if you get the one that you want out of the 3 possible ones, and that is Baltharak. Baltharak gives your minion a 10/1, but it's Reborn, and you can magnetize it to mechs and demons. But guess what? Phalanx is both. Give him Reborn this way. Another way you can cheese it out and get extra value. Our mechs in again? Kangor's Apprentice. Now you summon the first 2 friendly mechs that died this combat. Well, if you have a Phalanx, if we've already given it Reborn, now you're summoning 2 more Phalanxes. So you've already had 2 Phalanxes die. Now you get 2 more for this card. Now it's not a neutral, so it's not going to get buffed. That's okay, because you want this one to die. And in the same idea, well, what if the demons are in, but mechs aren't, or you haven't found Kangors? Well, now you've got Cultist Sathara at tier 6. This 11/3 has stealth, so it's probably not going to get sniped early. And its death rattle is summon the first demon that died in this combat. It keeps enhancements. So guess what? Do you have a Reborn Phalanx? Well, now you've got another one when this dies. You could just have so many ways to kick out additional copies of this card. It is nuts. And hey, guess what? It's a death rattle that buffs your whole board of different tribes. Why not have a Titus Rivendare? Throw Titus out. Let Titus sit there and let your other minions bask in the glory of extra triggers of death rattles. With that same thought in mind, why give your opponent any chance to recover from anything? Before combat starts, use the tier 5/5/2 Hawk Strider Herald to buff your board before it even starts. Just trigger those death rattles. Get those stats going. Do you have that Titus on the board? Well, now you're throwing out more stats before anything even happens. And finally, of all the minions you can use, why not Archlich kel'thuzad? This tier 6 7/4, at the end of your turn, destroy the undead to the left of this and resummon it. Well, guess what? You have 6 minions on your board. You have a Reborn Phalanx. This is in the shop phase. When it kills that Phalanx, buffs your board with permanent stats because it's your shop phase, and now summons an extra copy. So if you wonder how your opponent got 3 golden Phalanxes with Reborn, and you're sitting there like, how the hell? It's using Archlich kel'thuzad. He's summoning additional copies. He's making more than are in the pool to make it work. Now, you don't want to go all Phalanxes. Yeah, you could have 6 golden Phalanxes, Reborn them all, and have an Archlich at the end. Probably not going to win you a lot of games, but it might win you some. And it's stupid enough and funny enough where, hey, if you want to be the guy to flex, go for it. Do it. Have a good time. Spells, there's a lot of good spells that can work with, obviously, any of these builds, but with Phalanx's case, it's Titus Tribute. You don't have to have the Titus on the board. If you can't find the Titus, this gives you an extra trigger of those death rattles. You're using all the cards we've talked about here. Triggering extra death rattles without having to have a Titus on the board is obviously pretty good. And hey, if you happen to have a Titus on the board also, it's just extra triggers. Poor you. And finally, which heroes do you want to use while using Phalanx? Well, basically any of them. They all work, right? But some shine. Some are great. Why not Terran Gorfine? Beginning of combat, target your Phalanx. Trigger that death rattle. Make it bigger. Does it have Reborn? It'll summon the Reborn version, and then as soon as there's space, it will kick out the original one you hero powered to. You got it. Buff your board. Lich King. Targeted Reborn? Put it on your Phalanx. Not care. Buffs everywhere. And finally, my favorite. I love him. You love him. N'Zoth. The Fish of N'Zoth sits there. It absorbs all these death rattles that get triggered, and then it blows up, buffing even more. So if you have a beast on your board, use N'Zoth, have a good time. And also, one last thing with N'Zoth, if, heaven forbid, you're in a lobby where there's no beasts, except your fish, and you use the spell Chef's Choice on your fish, your tier 6, and they're still in the pool, you will get a Phalanx every single cast. So, if they're out of them, yeah, you're not going to get any. But for 2 gold, getting a Phalanx every time, if you're going for that build especially, pretty damn good. Folks, Phalanx is busted. Phalanx is great. I would not be shocked if Phalanx might be just gone. It's already been nerfed from its original form, which was a 7/7 that gave plus 7/7 to your board. Now it's just a lowly 5/5, and it's still cuckoo bananas good. Gotta love it. Folks, if you want to submit one of your videos for a highlight, I am definitely looking for some. Send them to me. Go to the description in the video, look at the comments, and then you will see that it wants you to go to my Discord and post your links there. I would like to have a fun Archlich kel'thuzad before they remove him, so if someone give that to me quick, that would be awesome. But I'll take anything that is crazy and good. Don't give me a video where it's a small statted, look, I won. I'm looking for your crazy stuff. Thanks for watching, folks, and here we go. Let's jump over to the highlight.
Yeah, the ultimate build. Ramble ritual. It won't be enough though. Got it. He could have been problematic, but he didn't get anywhere. Yeah, poison is a little bit of a problem, but it's gone now. Yes. Okay, that was good. He should be dead now. My only regret is not tripling Baron or the Hawk Strider.